Hi, so I'm sick this week, and I've been told that my place isn't gonna be ready when I thought it was, and I'm also hooked on Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm in the perfect headspace to write, film, and edit a video, right? So I figured that this week I could talk about a problem that I'm not actually sure is a problem. It's definitely a personal problem that I've had with me and my group, but I'm not sure if it's a problem that the whole community is facing, or if it's just the group that I happen to be involved in. Ever since 2020, every D&D game I've ran or played in has been online, and as I'm sure is the same for a lot of people. Especially now that I live far away from my friends, I'm just not sure when I'll get the next opportunity to play in person again. Every one of these online games that I've played in have used the D&D Beyond to hold the character sheets, and it makes sense to do so. I always seem to be playing with people who are brand new to the game, and D&D Beyond is a very convenient way to share the source books, and it is also one of the easiest ways to make a 5e character that I've seen. I don't know of an easier program to do it. As well as the DM, I can easily add items into players' inventory, keep track of combat, and see everyone's roles. Once I had bought a couple books on there, it basically meant that I'd only ever use D&D Beyond for the rest of the time because I cannot afford to buy a digital book more than once. But as I've played lots and lots of D&D, sometimes I have an idea for a character that doesn't really fit the mold of the regular rules of the game. For example, I had the idea for a martial arts based character who has the power to push their bodies beyond their regular capabilities, doing lots of damage, but also damaging themselves in the process. Basically, I wanted to make Midoriya from My Hero Academia. So the monk does work for the whole martial arts aspect, but key points don't really fit into the going so far he's hurting himself idea that I want. Now, Blood Hunter has that, but even if I multi-class that with Monk, the two classes don't really mesh that well, as well as the Blood Hunter abilities are too magical for what I'm going for. Okay, maybe I should make my own class then, that takes a bit of what I like from the Monk and bits of what I like from the Blood Hunter and combine them in ways that actually mix as well to get what I want. Now, if I want to actually use this character in any of my online games, I would have to make it in D&D Beyond, because that's where we keep all our character sheets. So let's go to Homebrew and make Homebrew and... oh. Well, that's actually fine. I could just make it a monk subclass. All I really need is to make a subclass that focuses on high damage attacks, as well as the ability to give yourself more key points by taking damage. So there we go. Let's make it from scratch. And okay, we can't actually do anything until we fill these in. But I don't really know what I want to be doing yet. And I don't know exactly what it's going to be, so why would I fill it in a description now? Okay, I'll just put fluff for now. I just want to get to the part of the actual fun of actually building a subclass. Okay, now time to make a class feature, and oh, more fluff again. Okay, I don't even know what this tool is capable of yet. How am I supposed to know all this information already? No big deal, fluff it up again. I'll change it to whatever makes sense once I have an idea of how this works. Okay, we have it going now, let's put something together. I guess I should start with the ability to actually turn hit points into key points. And okay, I guess this is gonna be an action, general action, and Jesus. Okay, so I can't be bothered. Let's go back and let's work with another monk subclass. And maybe let's start with the Astral Self subclass, and then we can flavor it and add abilities how we want. Hey, maybe by seeing how this works in an existing subclass, I'll better understand how this can... oh my god. Okay, maybe you're smart enough to figure all this out, but I don't have the time to learn all this just to make a character I may or may not have the ability to play in the future. So let's go into Homebrew and let's see if I can find anything that's close enough to what I already want, and then we can work with that or just use that. Alright, so the search options aren't great. The first choice I seem to go with is alphabetically, and there's... holy... I mean, we can search by rating, just try to find what we're looking for, but it would be nice if I could go with a keyword search, so I could actually have a chance of finding what I want, but oh well, maybe I'll get lucky. And that's the problem with Homebrew on D&D Beyond. It's difficult to make with it, it's difficult to find what you want, It's overly complicated and not at all beginner friendly. If we were just playing in person, I could write down exactly what I want, then give it to my DM and work with him to make something he'd approve of. And I'm confident that if I had the time or patience to learn this, then I probably would be able to do what I want. But I just don't have the time for this. I have other stuff going on. And it looks like there are a lot of people who have figured it out because there's lots of creations on here. But quite frankly, ever since I switched to D&D Beyond, I've found that none of the players I've played with have gone with a homebrew anything. It's not like homebrew is impossible, but due to the hurdles you have to jump through, I feel like it's preventing people from trying it. As well as, even if you do find homebrew you like, if you don't find it on D&D Beyond, then it doesn't really matter, because if you're using D&D Beyond, you'd have to personally recreate it step by step, which, even if you know how to do it, is probably a major hassle. It's not like homebrew is impossible, but due to the hurdles you have to jump through, I feel like it's preventing people from trying it. Now maybe this is just a me problem. I play with a lot of new players, and a lot of new players tend to want to stick to the rules to confine themselves because they already have too many options to begin with. And a lot of experienced players, knowing the new players won't go for something homebrew, will just as well stick to the rules that already exist. It could also just be the type of people who I play with, who tend to be fine with the simple, hey, can I play this race but flavor it like that race? Which is enough to solve most homebrew issues. Maybe the people I play with just want to play normal D&D. I wish that I could end this video with an answer, with a concrete lesson on what you can do to encourage your players to try homebrew, but from my, albeit brief research online, I haven't seen this come up as an issue that anyone else has. So I guess I'm throwing it back to you. Have you noticed the decline in use of homebrew since most games went online? Specifically for anyone that also uses D&D Beyond, do you find that has been a limiting factor in using homebrew? That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button to stay updated on future releases. I have more videos on the side somewhere if you want to see those. Anyway, I have a cold to recover from and more Baldur's Gate 3 to play, so thank you again. This is the end of the video. For example, I had the idea